The thoughts, views, and opinions you hear on this show are just that. Thoughts, views, and opinions from not only myself, but from my guests. So if you don't like them, disagree with them, or whatever the case may be, well, there's a simple solution to all that, and that's just stop listening. But if you care to partake in conversation, sit back, turn it up, and enjoy the show. YeahDat. Welcome back to another episode of the YeahDat podcast, hosted by yours truly, West Coast Robbie. I told y'all we're not playing when it comes to the episodes, man. Tony Cole. Thanks for tuning in.
The YeahDat podcast.
See, I'm back on my...
Hey, make sure you like, subscribe on whatever podcast platform.
See, I'm back on my bullshit.
We available on YouTube as well. Make sure you like, subscribe on there. So let's go.
See, I'm back on my bullshit. Came a long way from school, bitch. We them niggas been banging and walking with full clips. Pocket filled with them blue strips.
Shout out to
All
Big
I hate
Extra
with the sun,
Plug,
can't
man.
fuck with no loose lips. If he ran, cut him loose quick. If
I
a
fuck
fuck
with
nigga
homie
trap,
Truff, let's
his
go.
ass make the news quick. Hit his ass with these blue tips. But these niggas won't shoot shit.
Hey.
Cause these peons ain't stepping how my niggas stepping. Walk them down, but that
Make
teach
sure you
them a
share.
lesson. I been kicking shit cool and got paper like Messi.
You
Bitch,
put your
I'm
homies
sorry,
on.
y'all nigga red. She say that she love how my big ass be dressing.
I'd be much
Holla at all them,
appreciated.
I'll go with that neck. My features are dub, my
Follow
shoulders
on
are
social.
blessing. I got paper, I ain't doing no stress. The one who put all this together, that gave me something good and I made that shit better. Turned up the nights, my watch changed up the weather. I'm
You in
bigger
for
and better.
another
Shit
good
bigger than
episode,
them.
man.
Thought they was running
Episode
shit, I had to catch him. He tried with some funny
52.
shit, shoot it, go stretch. I ran up some money and
YeahDat.
never got selfish. I'm solid, I put my whole team on the blessing.
I appreciate y'all as always. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure you do your part and you rate, you like, subscribe, the whole nine. But now just turn it up, sit back, and enjoy. YeahDat.
I do.
You still follow the pass?
Yeah, that's my team, regardless.
I know. I'm asking. You know what I mean? People be flipping on they teams because they be sucking and shit.
No. I won't do that. Even though we suck, I still gotta follow my team. But I'll just be like, you know what? I gotta be a realist. I gotta let people know, hey, if we terrible, we terrible.
Definitely. That's how I feel with my Chargers, man. We should be better than what we are, but. Anywho, welcome back to another episode of the YeahDat podcast, hosted by yours truly, West Coast Roberto. And I told y'all in the previous episodes that we're gonna have co-hosts and guests. And today I have a co-host who was a past guest, my boy, man. You know what I'm saying, actor, comedian Vernon Henderson's back today to help co-host this episode. What up, Hendo?
What up, bro? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Man, I'm chilling. I'm chilling right now. Let me say that. I'm chilling right now.
Okay. Why are you chilling right now? What does that mean?
Man, 2023 was a roller coaster, man. Let me tell you something.
For real, I think that's everybody.
Yeah, your boy got laid off from his job earlier in 2023.
Oh shit, man! Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, but no. That's what I'm saying. It was a roller coaster because God blessed, and I ended up getting a way better job that pays 6 figures. So I'm good now.
Okay, my man. That's what's up.
Yeah, buddy.
When how long ago did you get laid off?
So I got laid off in February. So I started working the job. Yeah, I started working the job in August of 22.
Yeah.
And due to the pandemic and everything, the job ended up having to close its doors because of logistical issues. Not being able to get stuff in, get stuff out. And as you know, I've been a master scheduler ever since I got out of the military. Yeah. So I did it, as a government contractor. Now I'm doing it on the civilian side, and the company couldn't keep their doors open because the logistics, they couldn't get the materials in that they needed. So they was just like, we gotta start laying people off. And since I was the first one, or the last one hired, I was the first one fired.
Damn, that shit sucks. Low man on the totem pole.
Yep, low man on the totem pole.
That shit sucks. So did the company fold, or they just laid people off?
They laid people off, and then they ended up closing the doors last month.
Oh shit! Damn, I'm sorry to hear that for that company, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So due to the pandemic, that's why 2022.
Yeah, due to the pandemic. It was just logistical. They just could not get the materials that they needed in time to get the parts out that they were supposed to be building.
Yeah, that's crazy because like I saw a statistic said due to the pandemic, this holiday season there's an influx of like consumer goods. So you know how people during the pandemic we were all in the house, so no one was going outside, and people were ordering offline. So I guess you think, oh, pandemic was 3 years ago, you know what I mean? But people are still feeling that wrath of it. And due to the consumer, the economical part of it, they're saying that this holiday season, a lot of companies have a lot of goods that they're wanting to buy. It's a little like over, so there might be a lot of good deals, but a lot of people aren't really spending money on consumer products this year. They're spending money on experiences like trips and this and this, which is something that they learned from the pandemic, I guess they said.
Well, a lot of people are still feeling it from the pandemic. Like, as I said, we, I mean, thank God that he brought us out and I'm in a better position. But I mean, it was hard for a little bit. It was a good, like, from February until almost May, where I was just out. And then I ended up I had to get like a contractor type job but I wasn't making the money that I was making from my original job. So I'm you know, hustling and bustling, trying to do whatever I can. And then in September, I ended up getting a call for the job that I work now. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, you know, your resume looked good. Your interviews were amazing. So let's do it.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad that everything worked out, and things happen for a reason, man. You know what I mean? People don't like to believe that, but I'm a firm believer in fate, and things happen for a reason. So you got that experience under your belt with the other company. They laid you off just to put you in a better position with this company you're with now. You know what I mean?
And I found out we got another one on the way. So during during that time, appreciate it. Yeah, during that time, we found out that my wife was pregnant. So I'm like, during the time that I was interviewing for this new job, we found out my wife was pregnant. So then I ended up getting the new job, and then we just found out recently we're having a little boy on the way.
I was just about to ask, what are you having?
Yep.
So a boy, huh? So that means you make love. Good for you.
We already had two girls.
Okay, yeah,
we got the two girls.
Okay, so you have the two girls. Yeah, okay, that's right.
And then plus my parents, grandparents, they have all granddaughters. So this is the only grandson.
Oh shoot, spoiled.
Yeah, he about to be spoiled.
Look at you, man. Made love, had a boy. You know what I'm saying? Because in order to get a girl, you got to smash. Everybody knows my philosophy. So shout out to the love maker. Shout out to the boy. When's he due?
March, actually, same my birthday month.
Oh shit, that's cool, man. Yeah. What's the window?
March what? Between my birthday, the 12th, and my grandfather's birthday, the 23rd.
Oh shit, okay. My daughter's is on the 20th.
Oh, okay.
Of March. Yeah, so that's when he's gonna come watch.
Probably.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad. How far along is your wife?
So we're in December?
Yeah.
So she's gotta be 6 months. Yeah, 6 months.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, okay. Damn, that shit is crazy, man. Everything happened for a reason, bro.
Yeah.
Happened for a reason, man. That's what's up. Little one's excited? Have a little brother?
Not the 3-year-old.
Of course not, because she's not the baby no more.
Yep, the 3-year-old, like, why y'all bringing more kids into here?
Hell no, that's what's up, man. But
the 8-year-old, that one is hilarious. She's like, oh yeah, we got a little brother on the way. But she is crazy. She is crazy funny. When I say my daughter, and this is where I get my comedy from, because she is one of the people that just goes off the rails. Actually, the other day, she's in the advanced like accelerated program. She's like more advanced than all the other second graders in her class. So it's called the gifted program. That's what it's called. Yeah. So she's in the gifted.
My daughter's in the gifted program in middle school.
Yeah. So she is just always asking questions. Always, she's like, "What is this? What is that? What is this?" Yeah. So the other day, she was like, "What are taxes?" And I was like, I didn't know where it came from, but I was like, okay, so I was like, taxes is something that I gotta pay. Like everybody in the world that's gotta pay that has a job. So you pay
Yeah.
consumer taxes, you pay income taxes, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show you my pay stub. So I pulled up my app on my phone and I showed her my pay stub. And I was like, this is how much I make. And she was like, what is gross? And I was like, that's the full amount. And then she's like, what is net? And I was like, that's the money that I get. And then she looked at the pay stub and she was like, this is how much money you make? And I was like, yeah. She goes, how come we can't go to Chuck E. Cheese? I'm like, hell no. I'm like, hell no. I was like, we got bills. That's why.
That's right.
I was like, this mortgage ain't cheap. That's why.
For real. That's right. I actually sat down and calculated my income, and I was at work, and I texted my wife. I was like, you know, we're like in like the 6 figures range. Did you know that? She's like, yeah. I was like, where's it at? It's like, where is it at? Yo, like, what the fuck? And she's like, it's in gymnastics and soccer. I was like, y'all, you right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
yeah.
I mean, we do what we do for our kids, though. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. Hope you froze. You froze, Vern. I don't know if you can hear me. For those listening, we're having some technical issues right now. Vern's connection froze. So we're going to try and salvage the connect, see if he's there. Piano lessons. I wish I took piano lessons. My homegirl, she took piano lessons when we were kids. And sometimes I used to go to her crib, or we used to go to her crib, me and my brother Ron, we used to go to her crib and ask her mom if she could come outside. And her mom would be like, no, she's doing piano lessons right now. So then we would go around like the porch and stuff and listen and hear her on the piano, whatever. And then like an hour later, she would come out and then be like, oh, piano lessons. So as a kid, never thought nothing of it. But as an adult, man, I wish I could play the fucking piano. Watching some videos of motherfuckers be playing pianos and shit. But I wish I could play the piano. Let me see if I can get Vern back up on this mug here. Yo. Yeah, no, you were talking and it froze, and I was I'm working on sending the connect back. And we're back with the same episode of the YeahDat podcast. We had some technical difficulties. It's all good though. You know what I'm saying? That's what. You know what's crazy? There has been like, I don't know what it's been, but technology has been fucking up all week, man. Like dead ass. I got to work on Monday and the computers weren't like working. And Tuesday, same shit. Then my phone was being slow. And I was like, what the fuck? My computer was being slow today. And then yesterday, shit was happening. So what is going on out there? Who's hacking our shit, man?
I don't know, man. But they got to get it together. We got shit to do, and they trying to fuck it all up.
Man, motherfuckers are trying to hack into our shit. You heard about that shit with North Korea and like the satellites? And so North Korea claims they have their satellite. They got like satellite pictures and surveillance, and they got pictures of Norfolk base and the shipyard, so they know
Oh
what it
wow.
looks like. Yeah, so they know what it looks like, as well as the Pentagon and some other bases around the U.S. It claims it's used to better monitor their rivals and see how far their missiles can reach.
Wow.
Motherfuckers, man.
Yeah. I mean, you did hear about the ones where they had those surveillance balloons
Yeah,
a
yeah,
while back.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
China. That was China.
Oh, that was China. That was China.
Yeah, that was China. But
Yeah, but they're kind of allies, so they could got the information
yeah,
from them.
yeah. So I don't know. I saw that the other day, and I was like, North Korea, huh? One is like, how the fuck did that go about, and we didn't even fucking pick that up? And then secondly, North Korea, man, y'all don't want none. Y'all don't want none. I swear, like y'all can launch y'all shit, but just one little y'all's country's like that big, man. Come on, man, get out of here.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's gonna be rough. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world right now between Ukraine and Israel and Gaza. It's like, man, we got to get it together. We got
Yeah,
to get it as a world, as a whole world.
for
We got to get it
sure.
together.
So the prediction or the prediction is World War III in the spring.
Of
Is what people
24.
are talking. Yes, that's what
Yeah,
people are talking about.
a lot of people keep saying that. I've also heard around November 7th.
Of
You know what day that is?
yeah,
Yeah, election
November
day.
7th. Why? Yeah. Oh
Election
my
day.
god.
Yeah, I've also heard that rumor. So
So they're
I
gonna
don't
wait
know.
for election day of. Why would they wait on to our election day? Why?
I
For
don't
what?
know. That's just been a rumor that I've also heard, is that they were gonna wait until election day.
I don't know. I hope there's no fucking World War III, but I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
it'll be officially my last year, and I'm just trying to retire.
yeah. Oh
You know
yeah,
what
it is your last year.
I'm saying? Yeah, man. I hit a dub in January, but I had signed an extension. So shout out to my girl Bianca, who was my career counselor years ago, made me sign an extension. And this is sarcasm, just so we all understand. But I was gonna pull my extension, but I'll just write it out. Whatever. One more
Okay,
year.
so you're done in January, or you're done the
No,
following
so I
year?
got the following year. I hit
Okay.
20 in January, and like my peoples who I work for here are just like, oh, let's give us one more year. One more year. We got you. We gonna put you on. Da, da, da. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
they got good like contract jobs out there, or even civilian.
Uh yeah. I've been looking on like USA jobs and stuff. I don't want to do that though. I don't want to do nothing government, like nothing where I have to go to a base, nothing where I have to see military. I want to do nothing. None of that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I just want to be free, man. You know what I mean?
I
You know
tell
what
a
I mean?
lot of people that everybody finds out, because now I live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So everybody finds out that I was in the military, and they're like, "Oh, how was it? You did such a good job," and da 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 da. And I'm like, y'all don't know some of the things that we had to go through.
Yeah, for real. For
Like,
real. Like outside looking in, they think it's like hunky dory, and they look at us on a high level, which whatever. But being on the other side, being in it, it's grueling, man. It takes a toll
yeah,
on you mentally.
facts. I actually told my wife, I was like, man, there'll just be some days I used to just sit out on the catwalks and
Mm-hmm.
just look out,
Yep. Oh yeah,
just
we all did that.
and just
I
look out.
enjoy
And
doing that.
oh, me too. But then there was
Yeah.
other days where I was like, I can jump. I
Oh
swear,
my god.
there was days where I was like, I could jump and survive and swim
Hell
the shoot.
nah. Hell nah. Especially if you saw land, like if there was like lights or land right there.
Facts.
I've sat there and been like, I could make that.
That's
I can
I've
make
had
that.
that
You know what I mean?
same thought.
You know what I mean? For real. And it's a shame, but it's real, people. It's
Yep,
real. I know all
that's
my
real
military
life.
down there and my vets know what we're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, I met up with my homeboy. He was he worked he worked for me back in like 07, 08. And I
Mm-hmm.
found out when I moved up here a couple years ago, I found out he lived up here. So we finally linked up and sat down. He had got out, and we were just catching up. And he was saying some of the same stuff, man. Some of the same stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
he was telling me how like kind of the transition of going from military to civilian, how hard it is, and how people don't expect how they don't expect it to be as hard as it is. And then
Yep.
there's a lot of things that he looked for when he was transitioning from civilian or from military to civilian that he couldn't find. Like, for example, he was talking about camaraderie. He's like, oh, he's used to that camaraderie and everybody being tight. And
Mm-hmm.
I try to transition that into my civilian side, and it's just not there. Like, people don't care. They're not looking for that. They're just there for the money, and that's it. I was like, that's
Yep.
crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, but even when you first get out, man, like when I first got out, I was like, man, this is gonna be dope, man. I ain't got to worry about going to the base no more. I ain't go to the
Yeah.
boat no more. Blah blah blah. And then if you were actually still on the base when I
Yeah.
got out, right?
Yeah.
I was literally there every day because
Yeah.
it was like, man, like you miss it. Like you
Hmm.
don't miss the doing dumb shit,
Yeah, of
but
course.
you miss like just being around military people because you've
Mhm.
done it for 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, like this is what I'm used to. This is what
Right.
I became accustomed to. And then especially if you ain't got no plan getting out of the military,
Yeah.
the money, if you ain't got if you just have either disability or you ain't got no disability at all and you ain't got no job, you like, where am I supposed to be getting some money from? So
That's
you
real though. That's real.
That's the real life. So then you
Yeah.
gotta be scrambling. I mean, I was fortunate enough. I got out honorably.
Mm.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take classes, start going to school, and then as I was going to school, things just started to fall in line for me while I was still in Washington. So
Yeah.
I taking classes. I got a job at the base gym, and
Mm.
then I ended up getting a government contracted job from meeting people at the base gym.
Yeah.
So, things just like really fell in line for me. And then I ended up buying my first house in Washington and then sold that, moved to Atlanta, started doing comedy, started doing acting, stuff like that. And, we are where we are now. But it's like,
Yeah.
it just takes that. There's a lot of like mental gymnastics you go through. You're like, man, can I do this?
Yeah.
Was it a good idea? Did I make the right decision? Like, I should have kept my black ass in there. Like all those things
Mm.
are the things that I thought about when I first got out.
Yeah. Yeah. My boy said that too, man. He said because he was like, he got out and he was just you're used to like the structure. Like, okay, boom, I
Mm-hmm.
have a set schedule. This is what I'm doing. Boom, boom,
Mm-hmm.
boom. And then once you get out, it's kind of like shit. Like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, okay, what am I doing? Where do I go for this?
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah. It's like you're used to the type of people and how you can talk to them people, how you can joke with them people, and like on
Facts.
on the civilian side, it's not like that. And I was just like, huh.
Nope.
So that's crazy. I mean, I know you can attest to that.
Yeah, you got to be real, especially like jokes. You got to
Yeah,
be real careful about what you say. Like, I don't even really talk to the people I work with like
yeah,
that. I mean, I'm fortunate enough. I work from home. I work remote,
yeah,
so I ain't got to worry about. I ain't got to worry about going into an office. All I got to worry about is running meetings. And then
yeah,
when I travel, because I travel for work. When I
mhm,
travel, I'm only there for maybe like at the most a week and a half. So I spend a week and a half there, but it is not this. It's not the same. Like the jokes we used to say in the military,
yeah,
off limits. Like
yeah. I can only imagine, man.
yeah, or even just the way we used to talk to each other in the military. Like I mean, I'm
Yeah,
still in contact with like Fort EM and all them, and like we
mhm,
we do like fantasy football. Like they talking in the chat right now. They're in fantasy football right now,
yeah,
and so like I could still have that them jokes with them, but
right.
yeah, like civilian side, no, 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 no.
HR,
HR.
yeah, HR complaint, man. But yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I thought it was nuts because you're going through TAPS and TAPS they teach you a lot of stuff. And for those of you who aren't familiar with TAPS, TAPS is a program that they offer to the military to prep you to go to the civilian side for resume writing, prepping you for job interviews, et cetera, benefits and all that. And in Taps, they were talking about certain stuff like, oh yeah, they played some videos and there was a veterans and they were saying like, oh yeah, when you get out, you expect this, blah blah blah. And talking with my homie, we were just talking, and he said like the exact same stuff that the people in the video were saying, and I was like, wow, fool, that's crazy. That is crazy. And he's like, yeah, it's all real. So he's like, if you need any help, man, I got you. So I was like, bet, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. And then nowadays that we do have more technology, it's a lot easier because you can utilize AI to write your resume.
Yeah, they talked about that too.
Yeah, it's like it's super easy to be able to just build, especially with military experience and leadership experience. There's a lot of things that you could do, like project management pays. So project management is a huge one. Like a lot of like operations management is another big job where people that also pays. So it's like when people get out, they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go, especially for our job in the military, because nothing really translates to our job when we get out.
Your connection went out. Like your voice, it was like popping and then it just stopped. Now I can't hear you.
Oh, did it?
I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you whatsoever. Technical difficulties, folks. I'm telling you, they're hacking us, yo. They're hacking us, man. I don't know what's going on. Technology's been shit all week. You just briefly came on and then you just went off just now. But yeah, now I know to answer a reply to what Hendo was saying, Vern was saying, yeah, project management and all that stuff. We do all that stuff in the military, man. So I know the transition into the civilian sector isn't easy, but we have a lot of opportunities for us. So,
can you hear me?
Hendo. Yep, got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I was saying. Yeah, I know. What I was saying was that, especially with our job in the military, that it's a lot rougher for us because there's not a lot that transfers over.
Yeah, right. Specifically, if you're trying to do something like job specific or whatever, I know like the leadership aspect of it that in the management that's easy, but if you're trying to stay in that job field, yeah, I can imagine.
But not even stay in the job field. Like even if you are looking for something like, so a lot of what I do is logistical.
Yeah.
So and I have to do logistically because it's like that's the thing that transfers the most. Like you to stay in our job field, it's not really out here.
Oh yeah, I mean, unless you're trying to do like inventory accuracy or something like that.
And it don't pay like that.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, trust me, I'd be looking, man. I'd be looking. I'm trying to be. I'm just trying to make my transition smooth into the civilian sector, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So we'll see what 2024 brings, man. But are you aware that like the blind lady who like made the predictions or whatever, who's kind of been like accurate with her predictions of the future? You're not aware?
Blind lady?
Yeah, there's this blind lady. So there's this blind lady named Baba Vanga, and so she's made predictions in the past, and apparently her predictions have like come true. So her predictions for 2024 have kind of like caused an uprise or like are kind of unsettling because of what they are. So she died in 96, but she left behind numerous predictions for the future, many of which turned out to be true. So here are some of her predictions. So one, Putin is going to be targeted by an assassin. These are 2024 predictions. This is what she predicts is going to happen in 2024. Vladimir Putin is targeted by an assassin. Reportedly claimed that the fellow citizen will attempt to kill the Russian president who was responsible for launching the military operation that began the ongoing war in Ukraine. Secondly, she says biological weapons and increased terrorist attacks will happen in 2024. The number of attacks would increase in Europe, and that a big country is set to test biological weapons in the new year. And then her third prediction for 2024. Remember, she died in '96, so
I know. That's why I'm like, this
yeah,
is crazy.
yeah, pretty crazy. And then her third prediction for 24 is that many people will. Let's see. She expected more. Wait, hold on. Many people would argue that we've been in an economic crisis for long enough now, but Vanga expected more to come due to geopolitical tensions, a shift in economic power from the west to the east, and escalating debt levels are to increase in 2024.
Well, that's already happening.
Yeah, that economic power from west to east is crazy to me, but yeah. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just 2023 has been a shit year for a lot of people. Just it's crazy because I talked to my homeboy, the homeboy I just met up with, and he was talking about his year, how his year's been shit. My year's
Yeah.
been shit. Fucking you talking about your year's been shit. I don't know. It's crazy. This is how this shit's
Yeah. I
happening, man.
mean, I always try to look positive, even though the beginning of the year started off shitty.
Yeah,
And
mine too.
when I say it started off real bad.
Yeah.
But then, as I said, it's ending off good,
Mhm.
and 2022 was great for me too. Like
Yeah.
I booked a role with Ronrico Lee. Have you ever
Mhm.
seen the movie Guess Who?
Yeah.
So you know the guy that's holding the massage gun on Bernie Mac's back.
Yeah.
So I booked a role with him, and I'm like one of his bodyguards in a movie called Immortal City Records that's on Tubi.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
out now.
so yes, it's out.
Immortal what?
Immortal City Records.
Immortal City Records. Okay.
Yeah, so
Where my remote at, man?
yeah,
On Tubi, you said.
it's on.
Okay.
I'm in one scene. Like I'm one of his bodyguards. In the scene, where he's performing,
Mhm.
but there's like 3 or 4 different shots where you can see me clearly in the scene. So
Okay.
like 2022 ended that way. What else did I do in 2022? I performed at Atlanta Comedy Theater in
Yeah, I remember that.
2022.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did a couple different other comedy performances in 2022, and then 2023 everything was just like.
Hey,
So
tell me.
I always hope everything's like a roller coaster, and it goes from, you know, high to low, and then it just shoots back up. So that's my hope for 2024.
It will be, man. It will be. It's like with your posts, it's always manifesting, and then I always thought it was
Mm-hmm.
interesting because it's like you post like a big house or something, and it's like manifesting. I was like, dang, that's nice. I like it. I like what you're doing. And yesterday or the day before, my wife was like, she's never said this. She's like, what are you manifesting for 2024? I was like, the fuck? I was like, shit. Like,
Yeah.
this, and this. I just thought it was crazy. I was like, huh. So I
Yeah.
don't know. 2024 for me, 2023 has been the same way. Like 2022 was a good year. 23 start from the jump. Like that second day was just like my grandma passed away. Then I got in a car accident a couple days later. Then it was just like
Wow.
this. All while I'm still recovering from the surgery I had in December of last year, and
Mm-hmm.
it was just kind of just amplifying. And then it got good, and then shit got worse. But we good now. We good now. But
That's what's up.
yeah, so it's kind of been a roller coaster year for me too. So
Yeah.
2024, looking forward to it. Looking forward to kicking that shit in the teeth and taking over. So we'll see what happens, man.
For sure, for sure. And I told my wife, like, we gonna be hitting the ground running in 2024 as soon as we get everything back up and running. Get back on track with bills and stuff like that,
Yeah.
investments, because my wife's Filipino,
Yeah.
so that's one of her big things. She want to invest in real estate over in the Philippines.
Oh,
So
that's smart.
yep. So,
That's smart.
and we want to do it actually in different countries. So the Philippines, Africa, parts of like Europe and stuff like that, to
Yeah.
where we still have our house out here in the United States, and we
Yeah.
also want to invest out here in the United States, but we want to start overseas because she's got her family's got land, and then they have different spots where you can buy pretty cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, heck yeah, especially in the Philippines with like the currency, the exchange rate,
Hmm.
man. So that's actually a good idea. I'm gonna actually start doing that, looking to my motherland, the Philippines, you know what I'm saying? And then like
Yep.
other countries like that too, like Thailand and Indonesia and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then do
I
do
like
like Airbnb stuff too. Like my
hell
wife,
yeah.
she showed me it was a huge house overlooking the city of Cebu, I think.
Oh, that's my hometown. That's my mom's
Yep.
hometown. Yeah.
Well, my wife is from Sikihor. She's like
Okay.
right over there.
Yeah.
Yep. So there was it was in Sikihor, but it overlooked Cebu,
Yeah.
and it was up in the mountains. Huge house, had a pool, indoor, outdoor, wall, floor to ceiling windows,
Okay.
and the price, I think it was like 275
Oh
American.
shit, man, that's crazy.
And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, that's what you're trying to do.
That's
And
what's up.
yeah, she's like, we can Airbnb it. It's real close to the city. You just got to drive down there, or you can pay for people to have drivers or whatever, and just have it be a part of the package. And I was like, all right, not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a dude I follow on TikTok, and he's like he's a digital nomad or whatever, and he at the time he was promoting like Bali. He's a black dude, Bali
Mm-hmm.
this Bali, and he's like he goes around showing villas and like what your money will get you over there in Bali, which is in Indonesia. And
Yeah.
some of the spots, man, are just beautiful. And this is like, oh yeah, for
Mm-hmm.
3,000 US a month, you can get this, blah 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 blah. This villa, indoor pool, just private, blah blah. It's like, damn, I really need to look into that. So I might start
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah. That's one of the big things, like investments. I told my as I said, I told my daughter, she's real inquisitive. She's like, what is this? What is that? Da, 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 da. And
Yeah,
she did the taxes thing, and I was like, yeah, like this is how taxes work, but you also have to always have income flowing in, so you can do whatever you want.
yeah,
And I was like, that's why me and mommy always talk about investing. And she's like, oh, okay. And I'll be like, this is why we tell you to save your money. So we got your piggy
yeah,
bank, so you got cash in there.
yeah,
But we don't want you just blowing it on everything. And she's like, oh, that makes sense. And I'm like, all right,
yeah.
cool. Like, you got to start a baseline early.
Heck yeah, man. That's real good that you're doing that because we weren't taught nothing about finance growing up.
Nah.
That's something they should teach you in school is finance. It's just history and math and bullshit like that. But like actual life
Mm-hmm.
skills is what we should be taught. So the fact that you're teaching your 8-year-old that now is smart because I have a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old, and them fools can't hold money. My God, jeez, man,
Yeah,
that's good.
no. She be ready to spend my money though. Let's not get it
Oh yeah,
twisted.
oh yeah.
Yeah, she was like, I know I'm gonna save mine, but let's go to Chuck E. Cheese to yours. And I'm
Exactly.
like,
Yeah,
of course.
it gets worse. It only gets worse.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Especially having girls. I know
Yeah.
girls is because my 3-year-old, even now, she's starting.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. You got an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have a 15-year-old and a 10-year-old. So that 10-year-old
Yep.
is gonna see that 15-year-old at 14 when she's 9 and see everything she has, and they're gonna expect that when she's
Mm-hmm.
9 and 10, and then when she's 14, 15, so on and so forth.
Yep.
Oh, kids. Oh, kids. Crazy. I wouldn't change it for the world though, man.
Nah, no, definitely not.
Yeah. I got that movie playing in the background. So it's like I keep looking up at it to see when I can see my man pop up on the screen and shit.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
But you said earlier that you were watching the Chargers game. So who was
Yeah.
winning?
It was 0-0.
Oh, still? Was it like
Yeah.
the second quarter?
Yeah. 0-0. Garbage. Garbage
Wow.
game. Yeah. Freaking
And
garbage.
Zappy's playing.
Yeah, he is. And he had fumbled on like the 30 or something and we recovered it, but then we couldn't convert a third down. It's so stupid. Yeah, so stupid. 2023 isn't a good year for the Chargers, obviously.
No. Would you think they're gonna fire your coach?
Definitely. Most definitely. And so the rumor is that your coach is kind of
No.
is going to go to our team. Yeah. So
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that if it
No.
happens.
Let's
You
not.
know what I mean?
Let's not.
Yeah. No, it's gonna happen. He ain't doing shit in New England. Bill Belichick isn't doing nothing. Nothing's gonna happen with that squad. They're on a rebuild for the next couple of years. He ain't trying to rebuild. He's trying to win again now.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
already have a
So
franchise quarterback.
that's true. So I'm under the impression that he's probably gonna try to stick it out and retire as a Patriot. I know
Yeah.
he does want to win, but at the
Mhm.
same time, I think that he wants to prove, and this is just me spitballing because of how he's been throughout the years.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna try to want to prove to be like, I still got it. It wasn't just Tom, it was Tom and me.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna want to try to be like, let me get another crack at it. Let me
Mhm.
draft the right people, and then try to go for Don Shula's record and finish off as a Patriot.
So you think he's gonna draft for the Patriots?
Well, he's been drafting for the Patriots.
No. I know that. But what you're saying, you think he's gonna stick it out with the Patriots, draft, and then do that with the Patriots?
Yeah, I think he would only leave if Robert Kraft and him had a conversation and Robert Kraft said that we want you to go.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing or what I read is that they've had a mutual agreement already, that of mutual like, okay, cool, this is it. Boom. After the season, we're gonna split ways, and I mean everything is cool, kosher. It was just we're gonna part ways. No hostility, no beef. And then he's gonna come on down to old sunny California. So we'll see.
I don't know if that's in Bill Belichick's nature though.
I don't know. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he already seems like he has like him and Tom pretty much have a beef. Like they don't even really talk to each other.
Yeah.
So it's like,
you're saying what's not in his nature? Mutual
like
like disagreements? Like
yeah, like mutual parting ways without him
yeah.
having some type of hard feelings about it.
Yeah. I don't know. Because to me is like he already lost in regards to, okay, when Tom left, it was like, all right, was it Tom and Bill, or was it Bill, or was it Tom? Obviously it was Tom, because
Yes.
fucking fool left and won a championship.
Facts.
What has Bill done since Tom left? Nothing. He had that one good season with Mac Jones where they went like 10-6 or whatever. But other than that, garbage. And it's just evidence, garbage. And just to his defense, the Patriots have no one. Like no one. Mac Jones ain't even the starter anymore. And then it's like, who is their skill player? Like, who do they have? Nobody.
Devontae Parker.
Who came from the Dolphins, who's not even like a star like that. Like, come on. So it's just
and that's my huge thing about that is when so his whole thing was less is more. So he had Tom, but he was like, I don't need to go crazy. Besides when he picked up Randy Moss, like think of all of our skill players that we've ever had. Gronk we drafted, Edelman we drafted, Wes Welker we drafted, but Deion Branch wasn't a superstar.
Right.
Who else did we have? And all those people we drafted outside of the third round. So it was either third round or later.
Yeah, Kevin Falk. Yeah.
Kevin Falk, Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
Yeah, all third round people are later. So it's like, if we can't get him in the third round or later, it's not worth it to him.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see, man. Because I don't know. Me being a Charger fan is just like our record. So we're 4-7. We should be better. Our record should be better than that. We've lost a bunch of games by less than 3 points and shit. And it's just, I don't know. It's a wash or whatever. I just don't get it. Like, I'm sitting here and, everybody's a fucking coach. Everybody's an expert watching a football game, talking about, why don't you do this? Oh, look at this. Blah. And it's just like, I sit there and I'm looking. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then for Brandon Staley to be a defensive coordinator, defensive-minded coach, coming from the Rams the year they won the Super Bowl as a defensive coordinator, and then our defense being whack. This is like, what the fuck? Our defense is doing better this year, but then it's like, I don't know. It's just we get Kellen Moore, who's like a high-powered offensive coordinator, but then yet we're not as high-powered. I don't know. It's just kind of like, what the fuck is going on right now for the
Yeah.
Chargers? And it's just like, come on, man. We keep choking. We have leads. We blow the leads. It's just like,
I don't know. Ever since y'all traded Drew Brees, it's been like y'all had bad luck.
that's
Like
crazy you say that, man. I was
Philip
literally talking about
Rivers. Yeah, Philip Rivers. Y'all had Philip Rivers forever,
yeah,
and he's a good quarterback. He's a
yeah,
quality quarterback, and then you
man.
end up getting rid of Philip Rivers, obviously when he was in out of his prime, and you
Yep,
got Justin Herbert,
yep,
who was also another good quarterback.
yep.
But you guys just can't get out of your own way.
I know. I know. I was literally talking about this on Friday with one of my little homegirls who's a Cowboys fan. And she was like, "Yeah, well," it's like we were talking about something. And I was like, "Yo, we've been good. Like we've had good people." She's like, "Yo,
Mhm.
I was watching some classic stuff, and y'all had a squad." I was
Yep.
like, "Yeah, y'all had like LT, Antonio Gates, and then
Yep.
and she's like, who your quarterback? Who's your quarterback?" I was like, "We had Drew Brees." I was like, "We went 13-3 one year, then we came back and went 14-2, and then
Yep.
lost in the AFC Championship or divisional rounds to fucking New England, and then we lost in the divisional to the Jets, Mark Sanchez, punk ass." And it's like, what the fuck, man? Then she's like, "Why'd you get rid of Drew Brees?" I was like, "Well, because he had that neck issue."
Yep.
So they let him go. We drafted Philip Rivers, and he was our future quarterback. So we rode out with him, and we were all right with him. We had some good
Hmm.
years or whatever, but we just couldn't get where we needed to go. And now we have Justin Herbert, and it's the same shit. So it's like, come on,
Yeah.
man, what are we doing?
Yeah. I think you guys just need a reset in the front office. I'm not no expert. This is just thoughts from watching the NFL. Is
Yeah.
that yeah, I think you guys just need a reset in the front because you guys have talent. You
Oh,
guys have
definitely.
talent all over the field,
Hell
except for
yeah.
Quentin Johnston. He needs to go. Besides him, yeah, besides him, you guys have talent all over the field, and they work really well. And
Quentin
it's
Johnston.
just
He's a rookie though. I mean, he's a rookie. That I was reading some comments last week when we lost to the Ravens, which another game we should have won. And
yeah,
fucking Zay Flowers was the one to win it
yep,
or whatever the fuck. And someone was like, "Oh, of course, Zay Flowers was the one to win, where we could have drafted him, but we skipped over him and we got Quentin Johnson or Johnston, and then look
yeah,
who fucking beats us." Like, come on, man. I was like, "Damn, that's some crazy shit right there."
yeah. I mean, yeah, as you said, he's a rookie.
Yeah,
He's gotta grow. He's gotta learn how to play within the offense and not
yeah,
drop the ball. So
yeah, exactly, man. And we got to stay healthy. Like Mike Williams, we gave him a new contract this year, but homie cannot stay healthy. Like, he
it's like
cannot stay healthy. I think he's been in the league about 6 years now. He's been injured in every
hmm
fucking year. And then it's
hmm
like Jay Bear, fucking Bosa's, he's not playing every season, like every full season. So it's like, what's going on, man? If we had a team healthy from the jump all the way through the season, which is it's damn near impossible, but I don't know. I think we'd be straight, man. But
yeah, you guys would be contenders for sure.
hell yeah. On paper, we're always in the beginning of the season, it's like, oh, the Chargers, da, da, da. But then it's like, all right, oh, there they go. They're the Chargers, whatever, whatever. And it's like, to me, it's like, I'm watching the game and I know the players, and there's a player who they don't play him anymore. He was a starter. He was a corner. Mike Davis, 43,
Mhm.
fucking trash, getting fucking burnt, fried every fucking play by every team we play. And it's like,
Yeah.
why the fuck are you starting this dude, man? Like, y'all got rid of Justin Jackson, big signing from the Patriots. He had that one good year, came to us,
Oh,
tore his
oh,
Achilles, was out a year, came
yeah, yeah,
back, did nothing. Y'all let him go to ride with Mike Davis, who's getting ate up and cooked every time. He hasn't started. He didn't start last week's, which is good, and his fill-in was played better. But it's just like shit like that. It's like, what the fuck are we doing, man? What are we
yeah.
doing?
I don't know,
But
man. Yeah, it's gonna be rough for you guys, but I think they'll get it together. Once you guys get a new head coach in there, new reconstruct all that stuff,
Yeah.
you'll or reconstruct all that stuff, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. Once Coach Belichick comes, man, you know what I'm saying? And we go to if we go to the fucking Super Bowl or we go deep in the playoffs, oh, stand by, everybody. You hear me? Stand fucking by. You're gonna hear me. My goodness.
I think it would work.
I think it would too.
I think
He
it would
has
work.
man, he know so I think it would too. So we'll see. Hopefully it works out, man. Hopefully it works out. So well, you know what get ready with me is like GRWM, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
have you seen like the world's tallest get ready with me? Have you seen that?
No.
So there's this lady. I saw it the other day. Her name is I don't know what her name what Rumi Samalagagi, whatever. But she's the tallest living woman in the world. She's
Wow.
just over 7 foot. And she did a video and it's her doing a get ready with me. And of course, she's like over damn near 7 feet tall. So her mobility isn't like the best. She walks with a walker and like her facial structure is like really big. And I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post a clip on here. But
Okay.
a lot of the times she moves with like wheelchairs and all that stuff. But it's very interesting. And just going into that is like I've been doing like I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but
Yeah.
as of late I've kind of been like open minded to the shit. So
Okay.
do you believe that there were like giants and like titans? Because like I've seen a lot of old pictures from like way back when, like AD type, where the people
Hmm.
are just like humongous, standing next to like a regular person. Now the legitimacy of the pictures, I mean, they're questionable, but
Yeah.
it's a possibility. So we've had these people who are like 7 feet tall, like she's one of them. And
Hmm.
do you think that titans or giant people or giants were actually like a thing?
I do. I
Yeah.
do. I think the reason why people got smaller is because our food got shittier.
Yeah.
Because we were so used to living off the land and living off the ground and stuff like that. Is
Mhm.
that because a lot of our body structures have changed throughout evolution.
Definitely.
So it's like we, yeah, I especially in America.
Yeah.
The more people came to America, we got a lot more obese, a lot more a lot shorter. Because if you look at statistics, European people are actually taller than Americans now.
Hmm.
So it's like I do think back in the day there were either giant. I think they were normal,
Yeah.
but we consider them giants because we're
Yeah.
not that tall.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so too. Because I don't know. I've just seen pictures and it's just like these massive people, like massive. And then are you familiar with like Tartarian Empire and Tartaria? Have you heard of that?
No,
Okay,
Tartarian.
so yeah, so right now there's like a big thing going around talking about the Tartarian Empire and
Hmm.
Tartaria, which is a civilization that's kind of been wiped off the face of the earth and wiped out of history from like modern historians or whatever due
Hmm.
to just not wanting to publicize what they had going on. So a lot of the structures, the building structures we have now, if you look at old pictures and old maps, and the only reason that people believe that there was a Tartarian empire is because if you pull up old maps, you'll see like where Russia is, it says Tartarian Empire or it says
Mm.
Tartaria or whatever. But a lot of the structures now come from those Tartarians back in the day. So the Tartarian Empire it wasn't a people, but it was more so a society or a group of people from like Russians to Ukrainians or whatever who kind of lived amongst each other and they
Hmm.
created their little empire. And they were thus wiped out by other people want to take over like Russians and et cetera, et cetera. But
Yeah.
like buildings in San Francisco or all those old Victorian buildings
Okay.
and stuff like that,
Yeah,
that was
yeah, yeah.
all built by the Tartarians and like broken down and modernized. Because if you think about it, it's like all them buildings are hundreds and thousands of years old. And for those buildings to be that old, but that detailed and in their structures and their configurations, is like, why aren't we doing that now? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I just kind of been really into that as of late, the Tartarian Empire.
Yeah. So I didn't know what it was called, but I did hear about like there was like an old school like style that we've copied and we
Yeah,
tried to recreate based on that. So I didn't know what it was called, but I did
yeah,
hear about that in San Francisco.
yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah.
it was called the San Francisco Fair.
Okay.
San Francisco Fair, and it was just whole big old plaza where there's just they built this building, and there's like a big old like courtyard structure, and
Hmm.
it was a beautiful. And then they
Yeah.
tore it down. But now, modern day San Francisco, there's remnants of like a tower or a building, and it stems back
Yeah.
to way back when. And it's just kind of like, if you look into it, it's interesting as fuck. Interesting as
Yeah.
fuck. Tartarian Empire or Tartaria. And I just think that nowadays people are kind of digging up the history, and you're gonna hear a lot more about it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially
So I
as
just
people do more and more research on different parts of the world, because I know,
mhm.
especially in America, we've only been taught very minute parts of everything.
Yeah,
Even in America, we've
I
only
know.
been taught very minute parts of U.S. history.
Yeah, for sure. And it's been and like our shit is kind of sketch too. It's just like, all right, you're teaching us this why? Like, okay. I don't know. If you think about the stuff you've learned, it's kind of like that sounds sketch. Like
Yeah,
as an adult looking back thinking about it, it's kind of like, yeah, all right. Sounds good.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah, sounds good. So yeah, man, fucking what else we had going on, man? I had a fucking the little bullets I had, we done ran through already and shit. But there
Uh,
was yeah, there was some other shit I wanted to talk about too. What's up with so what's up with the comedy and the acting? You still doing that or not?
yeah. So right now it's on pause as I'm still getting into the new job. Like as I said, I gotta travel a little bit. I gotta really like understand how these contract manufacturers work, because I still do the master scheduling. It's just for a different company.
Yeah.
So as I'm learning this position and really getting my arms around it, uh, once I get behind everything, I'll still be like I'm still auditioning now, and
Mhm.
I'm still like trying to do like more background roles like the one that you're watching right now.
Yeah.
But as far as like doing like bigger roles, I haven't been like auditioning for those just yet. I'm just waiting.
Okay.
But I have been writing a crap ton. So I got some pieces that I've written, like some short series that I might be putting out on YouTube. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much where my outlets are going to be pretty soon. Is going to be focusing on doing like my AEO videos that I
Yeah.
post.
Yeah.
I actually had one of those go crazy viral, and it hit 750,000 views on Instagram.
Okay.
So yeah,
Nice.
so I'm gonna be posting those, allocating those to YouTube. So those gonna be like YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
Once me and I have a group of people that I took acting classes with. So we're gonna be trying to write some more and get some more like acting content out
Yeah.
in 2024. So that's going to be also like allocated to my YouTube. My Instagram is pretty much going to be fitness and family. I've been posting a lot of like of my workouts and me trying to get back into my bodybuilding type shape. I don't
Yeah.
know if I want to get on the stage, but I just want to
Yeah.
be in shape to just in case I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
and
yeah.
then my TikTok is probably going to be a lot of sports because I'm real into sports. So I'm like, you know what? I might just allocate a lot of my sports content to going into sports lives, having conversations with different sports figures, and as they grow, I might create a YouTube channel for each sector. So I might take my TikTok content and then create a different YouTube for that one. Still
Yeah.
keep my main YouTube, and then also as I get more into fitness and get my body back into shape, I might create a YouTube channel for that as well.
Right on. Just don't spread yourself too thin when it comes to your content. I know a lot of people, they want to they do, or they have aspirations to do a lot of stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the content, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, 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 and this. So then I can attest to this because I've put myself in that same fucking situation. So it's just
Yeah.
like, if you have your one thing, whether it's fitness or it's your AO shorts or whatever, which, like, I think you should take your AO stuff, and since you went viral on IG, I think you should take that and you should put that on TikTok, because TikTok, to me, TikTok is better than IG because it's more, I would more authentic, I guess, or it's easier for people for that exposure on TikTok. With IG,
Yeah.
it's kind of like you got to get your shit out there with whatever and hashtags, and in order for that shit to get pushed on
Yeah.
I on TikTok, yeah, there's hashtags in the for you page or whatever, but more people are inclined to see it on TikTok than Instagram, because Instagram is already pretty much oversaturated with who they want or who they're pushing to do whatever, whatever. So I
Yeah.
think you should take the AO stuff and put it on Instagram, because, or on TikTok, because a lot of that genre is on TikTok already. And
Yeah.
it's just, even though there's a lot already on TikTok, your stuff can get seen. Like, I have a video that's on my TikTok on my fashion stuff that's gone like 10K like every day. I posted that video like a long time ago, like early in the summer, and every
Yeah.
day I'm getting like comments and likes and stuff on it. So they're constantly like pushing it. So I don't know. It's just, I think the analytics and the algorithm on TikTok is better than it is on IG. So I just, if you're gonna go AO, then you got it on IG or whatever.
Yeah.
Do it on TikTok. Do it on YouTube, and then once you get that rhythm going with that, then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, boom, I'm gonna do my fitness joint on IG. I'm gonna do my fitness joint on YouTube, and then et cetera, et cetera. So just,
Yeah.
I would say, invest on those three platforms, invest in that one, and then once you're good, then venture out to the second, whatever.
Yeah. Like I've actually been posting it on all three,
Yeah,
but I've actually seen more traction on YouTube and Instagram.
that's
Like
what's up.
TikTok for me hasn't been fruitful at all.
It's the
It's
opposite for me. That's crazy.
yeah, it's literally been the worst platform that I've used. But for Instagram, like I've had more videos go viral on Instagram and I've had more videos hit at least maybe like 2, 3, 4,000 views on YouTube Shorts
Yeah.
than I've had anything. I Most of my videos on TikTok don't hit over 200 views.
Yeah, that's what I kind of average right now. It's just like, you gotta, so content creation is tedious, man. You gotta be on that shit. And then,
Yep.
like, shout out to the like full-time content creators, because you gotta be on that shit. So if you're posting, and I know once you post every day, that's when
Mm-hmm.
the sites are gonna be like, okay, oh, this dude's consistent, whatever, whatever. So that's when they start to push you. As long as you're consistent and you're patient at the same time, then
Yeah.
I think you'll get the results you're looking for. So I gotta tell myself that all the time.
Yeah, I probably just gotta restart post because once I saw it was more traction on Instagram. I was like, fuck TikTok. I was like, let me just don't even worry about it. So I just use it for more like, let me try to find some stuff that I could react my AO reactions to.
Yeah.
Uh, and that's actually how I found that the one that hit 750, or I think it might be at like 770,000 views.
On
But
Instagram,
that yeah, on Instagram. Yeah, let me check
that's a
real
lot.
quick. Yeah, it hit crazy numbers on Instagram. Yeah, I have multiple videos. Like, yeah, so it's at like 700 and yeah, about 770,000 views. And
Damn.
then I got a couple other ones that hit like this one's at 46,000, 31,000. Uh I got another one at 52,000. So
Okay.
yeah, so
Yeah.
in Instagram, especially on those AO videos, but it's also a mixture of people reacting to something that I probably didn't even see. Like there's one where I did that hit 30. It's at 32,000. Uh, it was me reacting to someone that I thought got a BBL.
Yeah.
apparently it was a man that also had transitioned. I didn't know that. I also didn't look deep into. I didn't. It was a video for me,
Yeah.
so I didn't even look deep into the video. I was just like, "Fuck it, this is the first thing that came to mind. Let me just say it and get the video out."
Yeah.
And yeah, there was comments. It was mainly dudes, but it was a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is funny, this is hilarious, blah blah blah." And then there was dudes, "Oh, you were quick to post a video about a man, huh?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
That's funny. I mean, I've been there. Like that's like many. My wife and I went to Denver. We were traveling from Florida up to Washington State, and we had stopped in Denver, and we stopped at the world famous like Buckhorn Exchange, the
yeah,
world's like oldest restaurant or whatever. And
yeah,
you walk in there. It's been on like a Travel Channel type shit.
mm-hmm.
Like Travel Channel's not even around anymore, but it was on the Travel Channel, and they're like they have taxidermied heads all on the walls or whatever, and people go there. So then
Yeah,
like they're famous for like their wild game menu. So we had like ostrich, rattlesnake, quail, all that
ooh,
stuff.
that sounds
So
good.
yeah, and it was all good. So then so my wife likes oysters. I don't do oysters.
Yeah, can't do it
Yeah,
either.
yeah, I don't do oysters. So we were
Yeah,
in the Rocky Mountains and we were looking at the menu, and then she was like,
mm-hmm.
"Oh, Rocky Mountain oysters." I was like, "Oh shit, you should get some." You know what I mean, there's probably oysters they got from like the stream of the mountains down into some lake or some shit. Da da da, get them.
Yeah,
So she ordered them, and when they came, they were like fried or whatever, whatever. And then she's like, "Try them." I was like, I'll try them." So I tried them. I was like, "Damn, these shits are good." So I'm crushing them. Rocky Mountain was crushing them, man. So
yeah,
then she had posted them on Facebook, or I posted them on Facebook or whatever. And then people were like, laugh out loud. Wow, balls, da da da, testicles, da da da. I'm just like, the fuck are y'all talking about? Like,
yeah.
what?
What?
They're like, do you know what Rocky Mountain oysters are? And I was like, yeah, they're oysters found in the fucking mountain stream in some kind of lake or some shit. They're like,
Yeah.
no, full Rocky Mountain oysters are goat balls or some shit. Or I was
Oh
like,
wow,
I
that's
was like,
crazy.
what? They're like, yeah, they're like goat balls or some shit. And I was just like, well, damn, they're good.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well. Oh, well. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it happens, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it
Experiences.
was good apparently.
It was. They were delicious.
Yep.
They were
And
delicious.
everybody always has an issue with somebody else doing something. Mind your business.
Yes.
That's what I tell everybody. If you don't enjoy it, if it ain't for you, then don't try
Yes.
it and mind your
Exactly.
business.
Exactly, man. Just like in the last episode, I commented on you heard that about Ti son?
Oh, King, yeah.
Yeah, and him the Nepo baby shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did a little rant on that, and it hearing that like pissed me off because it's like for King to be like, "Yo, why you got me living in this gated community? I'm trying to be out there in the streets, do this, da da da." They calling me a Nepo baby. It kind of got to me because it's like, motherfucker, shut the fuck up. Shut your ass up. Like, what the fuck? If you were inclined or you were supposed to be out there, you'd be out there. But now
Yeah.
motherfuckers is calling you a Nepo baby type shit. And it's like, man, shut the fuck up. Just like when they were talking about Blue Ivy and they're labeling her a Nepo baby and
Yeah.
they hating because she's dancing. It's like, y'all quick to label a motherfucker because y'all hating. That's just all it is. It's like, stop fucking hating.
And that's usually what it is. A lot of people
Oh,
just
yeah.
they're mad because they're not in that situation, or
Mm-hmm.
they can't get their kids in that situation. So they're like, oh, you got a nepo baby, blah blah. Like even people that I know, they'd be like, oh, you spoiling your kids because blah blah blah. You got them in
Yeah.
that house and you give them everything. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you're right.
Yep.
You call it what you want. Call it spoiling them. Calling them giving them everything they want. I didn't get everything I wanted. I'm one of 6 kids.
Yeah.
My parents did what they could, and they worked hard at doing what they could. But at
Yep.
the end of the day, I'm doing better than my parents, just like like life is supposed to go.
Yep.
And my kids get whatever they want.
Exactly.
And let me be clear, they don't get whatever they want. Obviously,
Yeah.
early in this podcast, I told you my daughter was like, "Well, how come we can't go to Chuck E. Cheese?"
Yeah.
So like they get a lot of what they want.
Right. Yeah, I tell my daughters the same way, and like they're older now, so we get into it a lot with my wife, and I get into it a lot with my daughters because they're expecting shit now because
Mm-hmm.
it's just like y'all need to be now. I'm like, all right, we worked hard for y'all to live a life better than what we had. And it's
Yeah.
like you have it way better than a lot of the kids around here or whatever, whatever. So like sometimes my daughter rides a bus if I can't pick her up, whatever. They drop her off and they're like, oh yeah, now we're dropping off the rich kids, da da da, up in this neighborhood because the big houses or whatever, whatever. And when my daughter was in intermediate school in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
she had like some fundraiser where you had to donate money, and the kid with the most money got whatever, whatever. And my daughter was first. So they were calling her rich
Yeah.
girl type shit. So I was just like, nah, it's not that. It's like every parent wants their kids to grow up better than what they had it growing up
That's
because they feel like they deserve it. You know what I mean? Like my kid don't need to grow up the way I grew up. Like there's no reason for that. So
yeah.
like now I'm at a point, my wife and I are where we're telling our girls like, yo, be humble, chill out. Like, don't expect this. Like, you need to learn how to work hard for stuff. Like, stuff isn't gonna be given to you. Y'all were fortunate to have parents who were there for you and to provide for you, but it's not always gonna
Mm-hmm.
be like that. When you go to college, you're gonna be on your own. I ain't gonna be doing shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. So it's like
Yeah.
y'all got to learn to be independent and then be smart with your money, save your money, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. And I tell my daughter, I mean, my as I said, my daughter's 8, 3, and then we got a newborn son that's on the
Yeah,
way. So
yeah,
it's like they know, like, to a certain extent because they're 8, 3, and new. So,
yeah.
but at the same time, I'd be like, I do that kind of parenting, but with their toys at this
Right.
point. So it's like you gotta learn. You don't clean up your toys. Oh well, everything go in the trash. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I'd be like, nope, everything gone. So I'll pick everything up and I'd be like, oh, I'm cleaning. But they know when I start cleaning, they ain't gonna see it for a couple days.
yeah,
So they'd be like, oh
yeah,
no, we don't want you to clean. So
yeah,
they'll go and pick it up, and I'd be like, all right, but they learn like, all right, all right, I need to clean up, I need to do this, I need to do that, so I can get what I want. And I tell
yeah,
my daughters, I'm like, I'm not going to be yelling and all that stuff. Like if I have to, I will, but
yeah.
I don't want to. So
Right.
it's like just do what you have to do, especially
Exactly.
my 8-year-old because she's in school and she's in the gifted program. So I'm like,
Hmm.
you do your homework, you make sure you read your books, you make sure you play your piano when it's the time for you to play your piano. You can watch TV for the rest of the day, and I don't care.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I love that. I love when I hear parents teaching their child at a young age like the right ways to do stuff when it comes to any situation. Uh, we had
Mm-hmm.
a we had a safety stand down like last week or 2 weeks ago, and
Okay.
one of the presenters was the chaplain or whatever. And he was talking, and he was talking about college football or whatever. And then he was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, the holidays coming up, so we got a Nintendo Switch, and one of the rules in my house for my kids is when you have the Switch, no dancing." So we were kind of like, "What?" He's like, "So I say this, like y'all hear me, and y'all are like, no dancing." So I have a kid, his son, who's just likes to be like, "Oh yeah, da 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 da," and just like dance with stuff. So one of the rules is once you're playing with the Switch, you cannot dance with it because the possibility of you dropping it. So he said
Mm.
so Tooth Fairy comes or whatever. So the kid is going through the phase where the teeth are falling out and he's getting money. So they made a mistake to where one day instead of $1, there was a $10 bill under there. So
Mm-hmm.
every tooth that came out after that, he said, boom, 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 boom. It was just teeth falling out. So it was $10 a tooth every time the tooth came out.
Oh
So he had some,
wow.
yeah. So he had some money. So he's like, yeah, I'm hurting. So then he said one day the son was playing with a Nintendo Switch, and then he started dancing. And then what happens? You hear a boom. He dropped the
Mm-hmm.
fucking Switch on the floor, and then the
Yep.
controller broke. It wouldn't lock in or whatever. So so he went to his son and he wasn't yelling at him or whatever. So he was like, "Well, you know the rules. Like, what did I tell you? You broke one of the rules." So the son was down walked out of the room, went into his room, grabbed money, and he's like, "Here, Dad, I'll pay for it," without being prompted by his dad to pay for it. He just
Yep.
came and offered his money, like, "I broke the rules. Here, I'll help pay for it." And the dad was like, it still wasn't enough, but it was just the principle. It was
Yeah.
the principle of him knowing he did something wrong to go grab the money and bring it in and offer that to repair that thing. I just thought that was like, wow, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and that's really good parenting, that where it's like, all right, the kid on his own was just like, oh, I did something wrong, I gotta pay the price to do it.
Yeah,
Now, the fact that he actually went out of his way to actually pay the actual price in cash is hilarious. But
yeah,
yeah, it's just that's just the great way to parent and the best way to go.
for sure, man. That's just cool. So everybody out there listening, man, make sure y'all are setting the right example to y'all's kids, man, because they're sponges and they
For
look up
sure.
to you as their example. So everything you do, they're gonna mimic you any kind of way possible. So make sure you're setting the right example. I don't like when I see kids out there cussing and talking crazy, man. It's just it's not flattering. It's not cute, man. So stop doing that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, man, I done had you long enough, my man. So plug yourself before we dip out of here.
Oh yeah, so y'all can follow me at AyoIsHendo on Instagram. I'm AyoIsHendo on TikTok as well, and then it's Undefined Spectrum on YouTube.
Word. I gotta subscribe. I think I am subscribed to that Undefined
Yeah,
Spectrum.
I think you're subscribed.
I'm still waiting on my shirts too, man. My Undefined Spectrum shirts. So you know what I mean,
I gotta
no
find a new
pressure.
distributor.
Okay. I
Yeah,
see your workout videos and you wearing the shirts. I'm like, sure wish I had my shirts, you know what I'm
yeah, I gotta find a new
saying?
distributor. The homie that was doing my shirts in Washington, he was like, man, I like he couldn't sustain it because he was trying to do shirts for everybody that was asking him, and he's
Yeah.
like, it's unsustainable because he was doing them himself by hand.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah, so he was like, man, I wish I could, but it's just
Yeah.
it's too much. So I gotta find someone. But there's a lot of people actually out here in Atlanta. They're
Oh
they're
yeah.
like, I could just gotta get with them and be like, just give me their connect, and once they do, then I'll get you one.
Word. My man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you taking the time to come back on here, you know what I'm saying, and bless us with your presence. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
sir.
My co-host for the day, fucking Vernon Henderson. You ain't got no acting stuff coming up?
Nah, not right now. I actually came close to booking something. It's gonna be coming out I think next year.
Mhm.
So once it comes out, you're gonna see it on my Instagram that it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna be plugging it. Even though I didn't book it,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna plug it because at the end of the day, I think being helpful to a production, even if you're not in it, it's gonna they'll see that.
Yeah.
Production's gonna see it. The people that's in it's gonna see it, and then who knows? I might be in one of the episodes later on down the line.
Okay. There you go. So okay, yeah. Right on. So once that happens, just let me know. I'll plug it too.
All right.
Word. All right, man. We'll wrap it up here. This is the homie West Coast Rob. Thanking y'all for fucking tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. Make sure y'all like, follow, rate the pod on whatever podcast platform you listen to this on. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, you like it, you share it. The whole nine. You already know what to do. So with that being said, until the next episode, it's the homie West Coast Rob signing out. Yeah, that.
The YeahDat podcast.